What's up everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video I am extremely excited about this because I am building for the first time with the new stuff pack, the Sims 4 Paranormal stuff. And I love this pack. I actually already started building this house before the pack came out because it came out yesterday on Tuesday the 26th. And for some reason, like with bigger expansion packs, it's like you can download the pack as soon as it's midnight in your time zone. So wherever you are, you can download it on the day when it comes out. So for some reason, I thought it was going to be that way for this pack as well. But then I was a little bit disappointed because I actually had to wait until Tuesday night to actually buy it and install it, because I think with smaller packs, it only the pack comes out at one set time for all time zones, if that makes sense. So yeah, I had to wait a little bit longer, but yeah, it was okay. It didn't really matter all that much because I finally got it and then I could finally furnish this house. So as you can see, I'm starting off building this house in the world of Windenburg, but I will be moving it to Willow Creek because it's a haunted house. And yeah, I thought it was gonna be fun for this house to be in the more foresty area of Willow Creek, where it's a little bit more quiet and maybe a little bit more scary in that sense. But then I figured, no, that was just not the vibe that I wanted for this house. I wanted this house to be okay, how do I explain this? It's a haunted house, but it's not necessarily a scary haunted house, which makes sense because if you're familiar with the items that we're getting in this pack, you'll know that everything is very colorful and almost sort of bohemian and very I don't know how to call it, 1920 sort of vibe, New Orleans sort of vibe. Everything is very colorful and it's not spooky haunted the items, for example, that we got with vampires. So I figured for the vibe of this house, I didn't want it to be extremely scary. I just wanted it to be weird and quirky and just kind of strange. So that's what I decided to go with. And then I also decided to move the house to Willow Creek because I didn't want this house to be in the forest or somewhere quiet. I wanted it to be in an actual neighborhood. I wanted this house to be that that one weird house in the neighborhood that has a very overgrown backyard and that very just a strange house with weird colors that everybody knows is there, but nobody really knows who actually lives there or what's actually going on with the house. It's just a very old house that's always been there, and it's not necessarily scary, but it's also not very inviting, if you know what I mean. It's just a little bit weird, and that's really the vibe that I wanted to go with for this house, and I think I succeeded. I really like the shape of the house. It's very strange. I was fiddling around with it for the longest time, as you can probably tell, because this video is quite long and the house is not even that big. But I'm still working on the exterior, the shape of the house. I was kind of trying to work with those octagonal little towers and stuff, which is always a little bit difficult because, I don't know, I always find those octagonals or diagonal wall pieces a little bit difficult to work with. But I tried to make it work for this house, and I think in the end it actually turned out really cool. I really like it. It's definitely something different. It's definitely something that I have never built before. I think I've built one haunted house before. Yeah, I think it was around Halloween time. I actually built a scary haunted house, which also had a weird Victorian sort of shape to it. But this one, yeah, it's still kind of Victorian, I guess, but also sort of New Orleans kind of vibes. I wasn't working with a reference picture. I'm sorry, by the way, I'm really bad at phrasing things today for some reason. I am trying to word things as well as I can, but I kind of feel I'm a little bit tired, so my brain is kind of fuzzy. and I'm having a hard time phrasing things. But yeah, I hope that's fine. It happens sometimes. But what I was trying to say, I was looking at pictures of exteriors, like of houses in New Orleans for just for some inspiration and just to get started on a build. So that's what I did, and I kind of mixed up like the pictures that I saw with some more like Victorian style houses. And yeah, then this is the house that I came up with all those like styles mixed together and combined. And yeah, I don't know, I'm really enjoying the vibe of this house. I made it light blue, which is something that I actually did see in a picture. I really liked the light blue color of the house, and then I mixed it with that like orangey wood tone that I have been obsessed with ever since my last build. Like if you've seen my last build, I did a mid-century inspired tiny home, which is something completely different. It doesn't have anything to do with this build, but I did use a lot of that like orangey wood tone for that build, and I usually try to avoid that wood tone because I think it's a little bit difficult to work with. But for this house, or like for my last house, I was obsessed with it. And then for this house, I was still kind of obsessed with it. So yeah, I decided to combine that light blue with the orangey wood tone, and I love that color combination. I've talked about that before. But yeah, I just decided to use that color combo for this build again, and I think it worked out just fine. Here you can see, by the way, that we have moved the house to Willow Creek. And I don't know, I like it here. I think that this lot is really fun. I've never really built anything on this lot, also because it's kind of big and spacious, and I usually like to build small things. Yeah, I just decided to place it on this lot because it's just, I don't know, it's just right there in the neighborhood, and I like it. I like it like that. I was struggling for the longest time, by the way, with like the whole fencing situation. You can see that I am struggling with it right now. I was just trying to like combine fences with hedges and see what I could come up with. But it was just too much fence and I didn't like it at all. So I think in the end, I actually got rid of all the fences, and I don't know, I just placed fences later, but I think, yeah, I used debug fences from the vampire stuff pack instead of actual fences from the catalog. So here you can see that I actually deleted all of the fences, and I just got started on the landscaping because I just knew from the get-go that I wanted this house to be very green and lush and overgrown and definitely like a haunted house. But still, like I explained, just not too scary, still kind of inviting. So I used a lot of flowers, a lot of greenery. I placed an overgrown fountain in the front yard as well. I think, yeah, I actually swap that one out for the fountain that we got with Romantic Garden Stuff Back, which is actually a dried fountain. It has like plants in it, which I thought was really fitting for this house, so I decided to use that one instead, but not until like way later. And yeah, here I was trying to do some more like terrain paint and stuff, and then at some point, yeah, right here, I actually decided to place down a pond because I thought that that would be fun. I thought that that would be very fitting for this house as well. So I just played around with the pond tool a little bit. And yeah, well, we don't actually have a pond tool, by the way, in The Sims 4, so I created this with the fountain tool. But yeah, it kind of looks like a pond, and yeah, I placed a whole lot of greenery around it just to make it look lush and overgrown. And yeah, this whole house was just a lot of experimenting. It took me a long time until I finished this house, and mostly because of the exterior, because at this point when I was building it, I still didn't have the pack. Like, I built this whole exterior thing and I did all of the landscaping before I got the pack. So I just did everything I possibly could with the exterior and the landscaping and the backyard and stuff. And then I just had to wait a little bit until I got the pack, and then I could actually get started on the furnishing of the house. And let me tell you, I sped through the whole, like, furnishing the house because I had so much fun with it. The new items are so extremely inspiring to me. I love the colors. I repeated a whole bunch of things in this house as well. But that's because everything that we have with the pack is so new and shiny, and I couldn't get enough of it. So I think I repeated a couple pieces from the pack throughout the house. I hope that's fine with you guys. But yeah, I really enjoy the new items in the game. By the way, my cat, she's playing behind me, so if you can hear like little noises, like bells and things, it's just my cat. She's just hanging out. I think it's time for her to play, so she's just waiting for me to get through this voiceover and then we can finally do some playing because she has been sleeping in the window for a couple hours. So yeah, I figured by now she would be kind of waking up and ready to play, so that's what's happening right now. But I hope she can still be a little bit quiet. She's just playing with the cords of my laptop right now, which is not great. Hi, baby. Oop, there she is. I don't know if you can see her, but she just jumped on my lap. Hi, sweet baby. She's just looking at my screen, like looking at the build. Hi, sweet girl. Well, there you have it. Some real life action of my cat jumping on my lap. I really sincerely hope that she's not gonna walk all over my keyboard. Okay, let's see what she's up to. Oh, she's leaving. Bye-bye. She is so cute. I talked about this in my last video. I got my cat a couple days ago, so she has been here for a few days, and I feel like she really likes it here. She really feels at home and she's playing a lot. She's only 5 months old. Well, actually almost 6 months old now. So yeah, she's just really cute and really sweet, and she loves to hang out with us. And she loves to jump on your lap and just get some attention, and she's really sweet. But yeah, anyway, I'm still working on the landscaping, as you can see, because the lot is so big, and I did want to fill it up as much as possible, because I figured this like haunted house situation is probably like a bigger, like scary lot with a whole bunch of landscaping and a whole bunch of like things going on in the backyard. So yeah, I figured I wanted to fill it up as much as possible. I also placed down the wishing well. I think that we got that with Romantic's garden stuff, or whatever that pack is called, as well. And just a whole bunch of trees, and I also placed some like statues and things. So yeah, I think shortly we'll be moving on to the actual furnishing of the house. I'm sorry that this exterior is taking so long, but I was actually very, very much enjoying it. I was having so much fun with it because, well, it's just something that I've never done before. Like, it's a haunted house, but at the same time, it's not super scary. So it was just a vibe that I had never like done before. So it was just something different and something to explore and to figure out along the way, and I was just having a lot of fun with it. And yeah, I tried to cover up the fences a little bit with some vines as well, because I thought that that would be fitting. I thought that this house would be as overgrown as possible, so yeah, I just covered up the fences with some vines. I actually don't know how expensive this house is gonna be. I think it's gonna be very expensive. I didn't check the price of it, but we'll go ahead and check the actual price of the house once we jump in the game, and I'll show you the game, or I show you the house in the game in real time. My goodness, I'm having the hardest time phrasing things. Once again, I'm so sorry. I hope that's fine. But yeah, here I was just playing around with some like roofing details and things, and then after that we'll be hopping on to the inside of the house and actually get started on the interior of the house. And let me tell you, it's colorful in here. Like, I went over the top. Like, I definitely went overboard with the colors in here, but I was just enjoying it way too much. So I decided, you know what? I don't care. I am gonna go overboard with this whole thing because the house is already weird and strange, and the vibes are already strange. So I just figured it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna go crazy with the wallpaper and the colors of the furniture and stuff. So that's exactly what I did. And I also skipped over figuring out the floor plan because it took me forever. The shape of the house is very weird. I do like how the floor plan came out though, eventually. It's, especially for like the ground floor, it kind of makes sense. So you like walk into the front door and then you have that little entryway and then you walk into the living room area, which I think the shape of it is really fun and just something a little bit different. And then the kitchen is in a different room. It's like kind of like a closed off floor plan. I figured that would make sense for like an older house like this. And then there's one full bathroom downstairs and then there's one full bathroom upstairs as well. And then upstairs there are only 2 bedrooms because I don't know, I couldn't make it work. I wanted to have 3 bedrooms initially, but the whole like shape and size of the house, I couldn't figure it out. So I just decided to go with 2 bedrooms, and the shapes are really weird but kind of fun. And then there's a pretty spacious landing area. So I turned that into like sort of like a study area. I placed a desk up there. There's no computer in this house though, because I figured that didn't really fit the vibes. But if you wanted to actually use this haunted house for gameplay, then you can place a computer upstairs on the desk if you wanted to. There's a couple of bookcases upstairs as well as an easel. So there is some skill building items. I also placed down a, chess table on one of the balconies. So yeah, there is definitely a couple of skill building items as well. And then here in the living room, I also placed down a seance table. Is that how you pronounce it? Seance table? I'm not sure. But I had that perfect little nook in like that octagonal part of the living room. And I think it fits. I haven't play tested the house, but I tried to place it without move objects and it worked. I could fit it in there, so I think it should be functional, but I'll make sure to actually go into the game and playtest everything before I upload it to the gallery, which by now, if you're watching this video, it should be fine. Like I playtested everything and it's up on the gallery at that point. But yeah, I still have to do that. But yeah, I'll make sure that everything works. My goodness, I can't speak. But yeah, as you can see, my cat is playing behind me. Sorry for the noise. But as you can see, I went crazy with the colors. Let me tell you, every piece of furniture in this pack is perfect. I love it so much. That couch is everything I wanted ever in the game. It's just so much fun. One thing though, I do wish that we got a couple extra like neutral swatches and like some variety maybe in like the comforter and pillow situation, because if you wanted to place 2 of those couches in the same swatch, then they're gonna look exactly the same because they have the same pillows and the same comforters on them. So that is a little bit of a shame, but it also makes sense because in The Sims 4, we don't have separate swatches. Like if we did have separate swatches, I'm sure that we could like change that and like swap out the like pillows for different pillows or something. And oops, my cat is back. Oh my gosh, I love it when she does this. Hi. I was talking about something, but now I completely lost my train of thought because I have my cat. Welcome to unedited voiceover face cam situations, which I think is fun, by the way. I like unedited things on YouTube when it comes to like voiceovers and things. Oh my gosh, she's really enjoying sitting here. This is something that I think for the last few days she has actually been enjoying, is us picking her up and cuddling with her because, well, obviously she's very young and very playful and she likes to just play around and run around. And also this whole like this house is new to her. She has to get used to the whole environment here. So she has been kind of like, well, not scared, but definitely like on her toes. Like when she hears something that she doesn't know or that is not familiar to her, she'll just run away. And yeah, she really has to get comfortable basically with the whole situation with her new house. And I can definitely tell that she has been getting more and more comfortable for the last like 24 hours. Because she has really been enjoying us actually picking her up, cuddling her, and just sitting with her. Like right now, I know she wants to go, but she also kind of enjoys it, I feel like. So yeah, this is really good. And she also loves to jump on the bed with us whenever we're laying in bed. She likes to just jump on the bed and play with us and just lay with us for a little while and then leave again. She kind of does her own thing, but I can really tell that she has been getting more and more comfortable for like the last 24 hours or so. So yeah, that's really fun. I'm sorry. If you're not interested in cats at all, then this sucks. Oop, there she goes. If you're not interested in cats at all, then this is really annoying that I'm talking about this. But yeah, I can't help it. Like, she just jumped on my lap a couple times and I don't want to just ignore that. Now she's being very, very loud. I hope that that's not too annoying. Oh my goodness, this voiceover is a mess. I'm so sorry that this voiceover is a mess, but I also kind of have to get through it because I had some mic issues before, which was really annoying. I couldn't get my mic to work. And then I also have to work in like, let's say 10 minutes, I have to start work. And I work from home, so it's all good. I just have to get on my laptop and log in and just start working, which is, it's all good. But I have to start work in like 10 minutes or so. So yeah, I kind of have to get through this voiceover. I can't just stop and start over. So yeah, this is the voiceover that you're getting. It's a mess, it's crazy, but I hope that you enjoy it anyway. Otherwise, you can just mute it. That's all fine as well. But yeah, you can see that we have moved on to the second floor of the house. My cat is making so much noise. I'm so sorry. Anyway, this is the landing area that I was talking about before. It's pretty spacious. So I placed a whole heap of like large bookcases up there and just a nice place to sit and read. And this is that desk area that I was talking about. I didn't place a computer on there, like I said before, but yeah, if you wanted to, you could definitely just delete that little notebook and place a computer up there if you wanted to. And then I also placed an easel in the corner right here. And just a few plants and some extra decorations, because I did want to make sure that this house is actually functional for gameplay. So if you wanted to actually try, if you got the new pack and you want to like try out the whole haunted house aspect of the game or of the pack, I think that you could download this house and figure it all out if you wanted to. Like, there is a seance table and things like that. So I think it should work fine. But you don't have to, of course. I know that Dr. Ashley, she actually built 1 or 2 haunted houses for this new pack, and I think that they look incredible. I checked them out in the game, and she did such a good job. Like, she's an amazing builder. I love her builds. I always watch her videos and watch her builds and things. So yeah, I think that she actually did an amazing job, and yeah, so... And her builds obviously only include, base game obviously, and then only this pack, only the paranormal stuff pack. So yeah, that makes it a little bit more usable, I guess, because I didn't restrict my packs at all for this build. So I was just kind of all over the place. I used basically, well, not all the packs, I don't think, but I did use a whole lot of packs. I for sure used a lot of vampires in this build as well, and also, yeah, I think also some items from Jungle Adventure and Realm of Magic, obviously. But yeah, also just some different packs. So yeah, it's just kind of all over, which I'm sorry. I should do more restricted pack builds because I think that is just way more usable for you guys. But at the same time, it's like, I have all the packs and I really enjoy using all the packs. So sometimes I just don't want to restrict myself because it's just fun to build with all the items that I have access to. Are you okay back there? Are you okay? She's playing with a very loud toy. Like, out of all the toys that she has, we gave her a whole heap of toys. She decides to use the loudest one right now as I'm recording a voiceover, which is just typical, like, welcome to pet life, I guess. But yeah, I just totally talked over the first bedroom, but you can kind of see that the shape of the bedrooms Like the shape is pretty weird. They both have like a little area where the bed is located, and then they have an archway to like a more like octagonal part, if that makes any sense, like a little sunroom area situation for this one. So both the bedrooms have like a sleeping area, but also a tiny little like living area situation, if that makes any sense, which I really love this part of this bedroom. I think it's so cute. I placed a couch and a rocking chair and just a little side table, and in the end I also placed down a knitting basket, so that's another skill building item for you. And I just figured that this would be a very cute nook for your Sims to just sit down and do some knitting. I think that that's perfect. So yeah, that's it for the bedrooms basically. I skipped over, I didn't record the second bathroom upstairs because it's literally, I just literally copied it over. It's exactly the same. So, but I'll just quickly show you once we hop on into the game, and I'll show you all of the rooms, like the whole house, of course. So yeah, that's that. And now we moved on to the back porch. I just repeated a couple of the furniture items from the pack in different swatches, but I wanted the back porch to be as colorful as possible as well. So I just placed a whole heap of like very colorful furniture pieces on the back porch, and also a dining table with chairs, obviously. I didn't place a grill because it didn't really fit the vibe of this house to me, but obviously there is enough space for a grill. So if you wanted to place one down, you're welcome to. And yeah, I just did a little bit of extra landscaping back here. And then I did have this like extra like empty little part in the backyard. So I just decided to quickly place down a couple of planter boxes so your Sims can do some gardening for skill building. And then I actually forgot to furnish this little balcony in the front of the house. So I quickly just put a chair and a table, and here I'm just decorating the front porch. But that's already it, so let's hop on into the game. All right, so here we have the haunted house in the game. I personally really like the whole like front view of the house and all the landscaping and stuff, and yeah, I just think that it looks kind of cool. So here we have like the pond in the backyard. It's jumping up and down so much because it's 3 stories high, so that's a little bit annoying. But yeah, here we have the pond and the wishing well and the planter boxes and also a nice picnic table for your Sims to enjoy. And then here on the back porch, we have a nice seating area right here and a dining area right there. Also an outdoor bin because I didn't want this house to be completely functional. When we walk into the house, let's use the front door. You walk into this, yeah, just a little entryway. There's not much going on, just a mirror and some sort of cabinet situation or like a storage unit. And then you walk into the living room. I am such a big fan of these colors. I know it's kind of crazy and I can understand if it's not for everyone, but I just completely love all the colors, like this kind of red purpley color combined with the teal and yellow and stuff. And yeah, I just think that it's really, really pretty. But yeah, you can definitely tell that I used all of the new items. Then here in this little nook, we have the seance table and it's completely functional. I just play tested it. My Sim could sit on every chair, so you should be fine there. It's all usable. And here, I love this little nook. It's the first thing I did for the furniture of this house, but I just really like the way it looks. It's just decorative, like there's nothing functional in this corner, but I just like it combined with this lamp from the vampire stuff back. I just think it looks really cool. And then when you walk through this archway, you walk into the kitchen. I used the vampire counters and cabinets. And yeah, this little thing is from Batu, by the way, which you could completely swap out for the one that we got from like Laundry Day or something. But yeah, I just really like this one because it looks a little bit weird. But yeah, there is a tiny little dining table in the kitchen and just some decorative pictures on the wall. The kitchen is functional too. I play tested it. There is a bin in here and just another little shelving unit just to fill up the space. And here we have the downstairs bathroom, which I think looks really cool. All right, so I quickly had to swap around the layout of this bathroom, which I thought would be an issue. I forgot to playtest that, but my Sim couldn't get into the shower, so my Sim can get in the shower now. It's clipping a little bit with the curtains, but it doesn't bother me all that much. If it bothers you, just delete the curtains or something. So let's move on to the second floor of the house. So we have a little reading nook right here here with some candles and just a nice chair and a poof. And there is a little easel up here so you can do some painting, and also a desk so your sim can just write in their notebook, or you could place a computer right here if you wanted to. And then there is a door to the balcony with a little chess table situation for skill building, which is always very nice. And then here we have the other bathroom that I didn't record, but it's nothing major, nothing special. It's actually exactly the same, just the layout is a tiny bit different. And then right here we walk into the master bedroom, and you walk into this little, I don't know, weird little room situation with a dresser and a couch. And then you walk through this archway right here into the actual bed part of the bedroom, if that makes any sense. Just a bed with a couple of nightstands and some pictures on the wall. And then there is also a sort of hidden door to the balcony at the front of the house out here. So there is a little chair situation so your sim can just hang out on the balcony right there. And then there is a ladder up to this little tower, which I just placed a chair and a plant. And then also this organ, which I actually had to size down. So for that reason, well, I actually don't know if it's for that reason, but the organ is not functional. But it doesn't really bother me because it's just for decorative purposes. I just thought it looked cool. If you want it to be functional, you can just play around by like deleting the chair or something. I think you should be fine. But then we have the second bedroom right here, which is also very bright and colorful. There's a lot going on. This one just has a single bed, so it could just be an extra bedroom, but it could also be for a kid. You just might want to add some toys if you want to have a kid in this house. But yeah, just a single bed and a dresser, and then you walk through this archway right here into this little sunroom situation, which I love. I think that this is so cozy and just so nice. I love the colors in here, and I just love the new stuff that we got with the new pack. I just think it's ridiculously pretty. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this build. So the house comes in at 135,169 simoleons. So it's incredibly expensive, but it's fine. I didn't really look at the money for this build. I never really do that, but for this build, I just didn't do that either. But yeah, it's pretty expensive, but you can definitely go ahead and download it off the gallery if you want to. But yeah, that's actually it for this video. So I really hope that you enjoyed this build. Like I just said, you can definitely go ahead and download it off the gallery if you want to. My username on the gallery is Simmarysims. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram if you'd like. My username on there is Simmarysims as well. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next build. Bye!